We have all felt that twinge of impatience when we're waiting for a website to load. Believe it or not, it's not just humans that have a need for speed, but the search engines that we use themselves would like the websites to load quickly. How quickly your website loads is actually one of the criteria that Google and other search engines like Google use to decide whether they're going to put your website higher or lower on the results page. Your hosting provider plays a huge role in this, but there are a lot of other little tips that you can implement to make your site faster too. We're going to dive into those today, but if you need another website host provider, or if you're in the market to start off your website, check out Bluehost. That's what we at DIGI use. It's efficient, it's cheap. We've got a link in our description below for a discounted rate, woohoo! And it also gives us a little bit of a kickback because we are an affiliate of Bluehost, but seriously, it gives you a discount and it's what we use, so we love it. Anyway, on to the content. 4 free tips to improve website performance. First up, tiny PNG. Smaller image sizes means faster website performance. This tool will make your images smaller size without reducing any of the quality. You literally just drag and drop your image file and then download it again. And even better, if you are using WordPress, there is a plugin that will automate this process for you. And if Photoshop is your graphic designer, there's a plugin for that too. It's basically the perfect solution. Tip number 2, GZIP Compression. That means just compressing anything that's not an image file but is something else you upload on your website. Everything can be compressed. After all, these files are just bits floating in the interweb clouds, right? Something like that. The site Gift of Speed will evaluate your website and determine whether or not GZIP compression is enabled or not. It might already be enabled, but if it's not, you can use this tool to enable it and make your site even faster. Tip number 3, Minifier. Another must-have tool for speed improvements is a tool that reduces the size of CSS and JS files. Minimizing these types of files gets rid of all the stuff that humans don't really look for when they look at files anyway. Similar to Tiny PNG, there are websites where you can cut and paste your CSS and JS files and then download the compressed version. So easy. Check out the sites in our description below, like CSS Minifier and JavaScript Minifier, to do just this. And of course, there's a ton of WordPress plugins to accomplish the same thing. If you're downloading a bunch of plugins for WordPress, here are tips for evaluating whether or not it's actually worth downloading that plugin. First, pay attention to how recently it has been updated. You want to know whether or not the developers are keeping up to date with this plugin. Second, is it compatible with the current version of WordPress? That is super important for making sure it works on your website. Third, how many times has it been installed? Seriously, there are safety in numbers, and you want to make sure that there are other people using this plugin and it's not just you. Or you and like one random other person who didn't like it. Okay, back to our 4 tips to improve your website performance. Tip number 4, cache is king. A caching plugin is a must-have for any website. The process of caching is simply storing frequently accessed data in your visitor's web browser or your hosting provider's web server. Without any caching enabled at all, your website visitors are basically loading up your website on their computer, on their browser, anew every single time that they click a page. Like, not good. Caching is a shortcut to make the pages load faster. And there are even mechanisms built into the plugin that detect when content changes so that your visitors are always getting the up-to-date website version and not stale old data. It really is a beautiful thing. And all of these wonderful tips can be implemented at 0 cost. However, if you are willing to invest some money into your website, premium tools where you actually pay might improve performance even further. If you have found this video helpful at all, please be sure to like it and subscribe to our channel, because that just gets the word out about our digital ministry goodness tips and how awesome and helpful they are for churches and church leaders just like you. If you need a specific website tip or you think your website needs some help, drop your website in the comments below. We'd love to check it out. That's it for today, friends. Today we brought the knowledge as usual, and now it is your turn to put it into action and make those sites slickety, splickety, lickety, split. You know what I meant. Peace.